Hi friend, David here from Learn Christmas Lighting, and today we're talking about Twinkly. So last week we talked about, and you can catch the video here, we talked all about hardware store type animated lights, and okay, can we use animated lights from the hardware store? Can we use regular non-animated lights from the hardware store in our displays and in xLights? And I had those answers last week. As we finished the video last week, though, I started to get into the Twinkly system. And Twinkly's a little bit different. So while you still can't use Twinkly in xLights, though with the Pro, it's supposedly coming here in 2021. You can. Twinkly's an interesting system, and I thought I'd talk about it for a few minutes because ultimately, when I get people to this channel, you're new to pixel type lighting. You want to create an animated type light show. You want to do some cool stuff. And maybe you get into xLights and controllers and pixels, and it just overwhelms you. And you say, you know what? I don't need this show fully synced to music. I just wanted to do some cool stuff. Well, if that's the case, Twinkly might be right for you. But hang on if you are an xLights person, because I want to show you something cool here. So at its core, what makes Twinkly special and what makes it different, this is the regular Twinkly homepage, is the fact that you just open their app, you press a couple buttons, it takes a picture of where all your lights are, it lights them up one at a time, takes a picture, then it knows where they are, and once you've done that, you can then just draw on the screen like they show here, run pre-built effects, and it's just going to know where the lights are and just run the effect. And as long as the lights don't move, it's going to look perfect. I mean, it's the same as an xLights type display. And so, you know, you can find these in your hardware store, and they're fairly expensive compared to the regular stuff, but there's also no easier way to get started. Now, are you going to be able to use these in xLights? No. But you can put together multiple controllers. They have like a product here that allows you to basically do an automatic music visualizer. Like if you're looking at this pixel stuff, okay, and you're like, yeah, you know, I just want my lights to flash to the music, or I just want to create some animations. It doesn't have to be super specific. It doesn't have to be scheduled, like, you know, by song, etc. Then, you know, I might get in trouble for saying this in the Christmas lighting hobby, but Twinkly might be enough for you. Is it going to probably cost a little more than building your own display with pixels and xLights and all that? Yeah, but it's a whole heck of a lot simpler. On the Pro side, so the regular side is all wireless controllers. On the Pro side, there's the ability to do larger setups and to actually wire in your controllers. And again, this is for you if you're like, hey, I see xLights and configuring, and I get all the complexity I can do in that, but I don't need that complexity, and I'd really just like something that's a lot simpler. Then if that's the case, like a lot of people that might be a landscaper or an electrician, and you want to do this for clients, just have some basic animated lights on their house or business or whatever, then at the end of the day, you know, Twinkly Pro can work really well. And like it shows here, with the Pro version, you can access it from the cloud, and so you can update things on your client's stuff. Like, it really can work. But ultimately, the biggest thing that Twinkly, to me, in the past did that I didn't realize xLights could do, and I'm not sure when it was added, is the ability to just string up some lights anywhere. Like I've got these lights behind me, right? They're just strung in a totally random pattern as my backdrop. And actually be able to run effects in xLights out of there. So I want to show you how that works and just give you a demo of it. So we're going to go ahead and launch xLights here. And I'm going to go over there, run over there, and plug in my pixel controller. In this case, it's actually plugged into a stage lighting type controller from a company called Digidot. And build it out in xLights quick. And then I'll be back, and I'm going to show you how to make the custom model. All right, so here I've gone into xLights, and I've just made a new blank file. Just literally just has, actually, I'm re-recording it after I made the custom model. Literally has no layout. It just has the controller in it so that I can talk via ArtNet to the Digidot controller. And you don't even have to have any models. All you do is go to Tools and then Generate Custom Model. Pop this guy up, and then it's really simple. So you're basically going to record a video on a camera or a phone to go along with this test pattern that runs, and then you put them together. So get out your phone or a video camera. I would say if you have a camera that can shoot video, as opposed to a phone, a lot of times there's some funky shadows when you have light sources in phones where you kind of see a ghostly shadow of that light source. And with real cameras, you generally don't have that. But other than that, a phone generally does work fine. Excuse me. So you go here, you say, okay, are these nodes or are they single channel, aka AC type lights? You enter your count. I've got 100 plugged in. You enter the start channel. That's the xLights start channel, which here I'm just starting with 1. And then you hit run capture, run pattern. You get your camera ready, hit start recording, and then press OK. Then I'm going to go ahead and show you just a short clip of it running the light pattern here. So here it goes, and this is what it looks like, and then it runs that across your lights at the same time. All right, so now we ran that capture file, we ran that video through, and so now we go to the process tab. We choose our model type. It's just like a little wizard here. Go find my media file, which I put in. Oh, wait, that was the right folder. And today's date. Boom. Run that in there. Now, I wasn't meticulous in the making of this file as to making sure all the lights were perfectly in the model, so we'll see how it looks. Let that go. And so then it's going to show me the video here. Ooh, autofocus is a mess. I should have taken it out of autofocus, but we'll see how it works. And it's running through the video now. And it says, it runs a little thing here. It says, are you good or not? It tells you where everything is on in that frame. I see there's a few hiding from various things here in my office, so that's all right. And so now you have two options. You have manual or automatic. I'm going to go with automatic. Then hit update. And you see here it runs through the video, and each dot, each little red dot is a pixel. It did not love that. I'm going to turn up the sensitivity. You may have to try this a few times. The blue dots are basically where you see a node with more than, where it gets confused, where there's like shadows on my wall and it gets mad. Try it again by increasing the blank frames limit. Again, you know, as I mentioned before, like Twinkly does this super easy. I've watched it go before. Whereas here in xLights, it's a little bit DIY, a little bit wild, but it does tend to work. I think I got the sensitivity a little bit too high here. It's missing a good number of pixels. So I'm going to go mess with the settings a little more until I get it to find all my pixels, and then I'll be back to show you what I did. All right, so we have hit the point here where obviously, like, I've got some reflective surfaces. I've got these pixels pointed every which way, but bringing down the sensitivity and noting that the video is steady because I used a tripod ultimately gave me pretty decent results. So let's go next. And now it basically just takes us to the custom model screen. If you've used this in xLights before, it just allows you to go in here and add in any numbers, but it looks like it did okay. It looks like it got pretty much everything in there. So now I can hit save. give it a exciting and thrilling name, such as new custom model, because again, this isn't that important. And then you generated your custom model, just kind of like Twinkly. So just to show you how to do that as well, we use import, click here, grab your model, drag it out, and you see my spaghetti of things. Hit save down here at the bottom, or Control S, new sequence, discard the changes. And now we've got just our new custom model in here. We're going to do the good old bars test. Speed it up just a little. And we can see, not half bad. We can turn it sideways. Is it a perfect mapping? No, because I didn't take the time to put all the nodes the right way and to clean it up. But at the end of the day, it's pretty stinking cool that behind me, I literally can have these pixel nodes pointed in any which way. Maybe they're in a custom coral prop that I made or something else. I can take a video of it while in the custom model setup and ultimately get almost what Twinkly does, but not at the Twinkly price. So yeah, it's a little more effort, but like anything in this hobby, saving some money and doing it the pixel way versus a system like Twinkly is going to give you the flexibility of software like xLights, give you the ability to program everything to music and to get that fine level of control. The downside just being it, takes a minute or two longer. So if you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe here. Check out my full playlist on xLights here, actually, if you're looking to learn more about xLights. And head over to learnchristmaslighting.com to grab my free guide, everything that you need to know before you begin with Christmas lighting. We'll see you guys over there. Get that guide into your hands, and see you here next week on YouTube. Thanks.